Hello everyone. I am going to talk about my production skills developed during our project Umeed Karang. When I started, I had a basic knowledge about the filmmaking. I knew some theories, but I never apply on it in a real project. I had very little hand on the experience with camera, lighting or editing. Through this project, I not only learned technical skills, but I also developed planning, teamwork, creative, and problem solving abilities. Pre-production, pre pre-productions in the planning. The first skill I developed was a pre-production and planning. Before filming, we wrote a script, made a storyboard, board and the planning each scene in the detail. This was really important because it helped us know exactly what shot we needed, what props were required, and how each scene would flow. I learned that pre-production saves time during the filming and ensures the story is clear. For example, we planned a scene where the main character expressed frustration by versioning the shot beforehand. We could film efficiently without wasting time. Audience research. I also learned the importance of audience research. We studied our target audience, teenagers, and what kind of stories, virtual and emotional, they connected with it. That this research guided the mood, colors, and the story pacing. For instance, we knew the younger viewers respond well to bright colors in hopeful scenes, and the slower cuts in the emotional movements. And audience research taught me that the knowing your viewers is as important as the filming itself. Mood boards and scene play. Creating a mood board helped me to visualize the film before shooting. It gave me a clear idea of the style, tones, and emotion for each scene. Writing the scene play helped me structure the story scenes by scene. I learned how to plan dialogues, camera angles, and the scene transitions. Both tools helped me feel organized and confident before stepping onto the set. Race and the risk assessment and the budget planning. With visiting location for races was eye-opening. I learned how to check if location was suitable for filming, whether the lighting were good, how practical it would be to shoot there. We also did risk assessment for unexpected problems like weather changes or sound interference. Creating the budget reports taught me to manage money wisely and to make sure resources were not wasting. These steps shows me that the filmmaking is as much about planning as in creativity. Time scheduling and management. Managing time during the films were challenging. We had limited time for each scene, so I learned to organize shooting schedules and work exceptionally effectively. I also learned prioritization. Some scenes, shots were more important than others. Knowing this helped us stay on the track. Time management made me realize that even the best plan would not work without discipline and focus. Through my A levels media project, I developed a varieties of skills by working on different preliminary tasks, each offering its own challenges like experience and learning experience. In the first preliminary, we had to create a self poster to represent our personality and describe it ourselves. I made the posters using Photoshop. It was my first time to using Photoshop, but I really enjoyed creating my self posters. In the second preliminary, we had to take five extractive pictures and five black and white pictures. I took these photos from my daily life. Whatever I went outside, I enjoyed taking pictures and making videos. So this was a fun way to improve my skills. For the third preliminary, we focus on the motion pictures. We had to tell a story through video. Through a picture, I act as the model, and the Saba was a photographer. In the fourth preliminary, which was in the comedy genre, I worked as the cameraman in both Sabah and I edited the video in a preliminary Premiere Pro. This helped improve our technical skills and give us ideas for what we could do in our final project. For the fifth preliminary, Both partners act in the 180 angle video. We set up the camera on a tripod placed on the table. This was challenging because we had to be very creative to make the video look perfect. Photography and videography. Filming taught me photograph and the videography skills. Like I learned about the composing for filming and the capturing emotion I experienced. I experimented with the different angles like close up for emotional scenes and a wide shot for the dramatic movements. I also learned that the sometimes information improve is important. For example, if a shot did not look right, I had to adjust the camera or the actor placement quickly. The lightning. Lightning was a major learning point. I learned how to use light to enhance mood, create depth, and highlight important part of a scene. Even a small changes in light and angle or brightness can completely affect the feels of shot. I practice a soft lighting for the emotional scenes and the bright lighting for the houseful scene, which taught me how crucial lighting is storytelling. Cameraman and director of the photographer. As a cameraman, I learn about the different types of tracking shots, pan zooms, and the slow up and the close-ups. I also learned how focus, movements, and the angle affect storytelling. For example, in the scene where the main character decide to leave home, we used to use a slow tracing shot to enhance his hesitations and determination. Learning these techniques helped me see the camera not just a tool but as a storyteller. Editing skills. Editing was one of the most challenging part of the project. I used Premiere Pro and the Photoshop to cut scenes, correct colors and effects, and assign audio. I learned that the editing is the storytelling, deciding how long a scene lasts, where to cut, and what transition can can completely change how the audience feels. For example, slowing down the frame in the sad scene. In the frame in sad scenes made the audience connect with the character emotions. Group work and individual responsibility. Working in the group taught me the communication, collaboration, and sharing ideas at the same time during tasks individually, like editing a scene or filming a sequence alone. But my confidence and the problem solving skills. I realized that filmmaking both teamwork and independency are essential. Extension. Marketing. Finally, I learned how important marketing is. Even a great film won't reach people without proper promotion. We create posters, social media posts, and teaser to attract our audience. This taught me filmmaking is not just about the creating content; it's about the reaching the viewer effectively. Challenges and self-personal growth. This project had many challenges. Sometimes lightning or a camera angles did not work. Actor was nervous. Editing took longer than expected. But every challenge taught me a patience, creativity, and accept creativity. I also learned the value of practice. The more I filmed and edited, the more confidence and the skill I became. Each problem was an opportunity to improve. Overall, this project helped me grow in every aspect of production, from pre-production and film to editing, camera work, and marketing. I learned how to plan, create, present a film that connect with its audience. This experience has given me a confidence and the practical skills to handle future projects from start to finish, and it has inspired me to continue improving as a filmmaker. Thank you so much.